What's going on, everyone? It's Sam. Welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to talk to you about US Agent, the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, and what we can expect in Phase 4 as to who the new Captain America is going forward. If you're new to the channel, go hit that subscribe button. New videos are out every Monday, and I will be trying to upload twice a week in the near future. If you do enjoy this one though, drop a like, but other than that, let's go. This past week, we did get our first look at actor Wyatt Russell's US Agent character in his full suit for the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. And the first question I started seeing from a lot of people was, wait, isn't Sam the next Captain America? So let's dive into it and discuss. But first, for those of you who don't know who US Agent is, his name actually is John Walker. So in the comics, he was originally first introduced as a villain named Super Patriot, and he also fought against Captain America. So soon after, Steve Rogers did abandon his costume and identity when he was ordered to report directly to the Commission of Superhero Activities. So kind of like what we do see in the MCU, Steve thought that the idea of Captain America had grown beyond the name's original role as that symbol of America, and he didn't want to be tied down to the political agenda. So the Commission debated on who should become the new Captain America. Nick Fury and Sam Wilson were both being considered as candidates, but they did not believe that the United States was ready for a black Captain America. And that's where I believe part of the Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus show will take us, except with a little bit of a spin. So I do think that they will use the Accords against Sam, and his ultimatum is either, okay, work for us or be revoked of that Captain America mantle. He obviously will not agree because he's trying to prolong Cap's legacy, and by that it's do as Steve would. So because of this, the government is going to take the shield, and this is where we get into Wyatt Russell's character. So I've seen a lot of people say that this isn't Cap's shield that he gave to Sam, but if you look closely, it definitely is. So these little black slits match up perfectly on both shields. Obviously the one in Endgame does look slightly different. They do CGI in the movie, so it does look like a shinier and heavier metal, but that is in fact the same shield. And as I was saying before, remember that Sam was always Team Cap in Civil War. They thought alike, and Sam definitely looked up to him, so that do as Cap would mentality is still going to be there. Now, as for the government, they are just going to take the shield from Sam and give it to John Walker. Now, you have to remember that the government has guys like Thunderbolt Ross in it, and nobody wants to see the Avengers be a part of anything anymore. So the government making John Walker the new Captain America, they're able to do it all for propaganda, and the story is within their narrative. Remember, even though they saved the world at the end of Endgame, the destruction from the airport battle and Steve not following the Accords has left a bad taste in the government's mouth. So they need someone to trust who will always be on their side, and John Walker's US Agent is definitely that guy that they can believe in. So with these leaked photos, although US Agent is wearing a different suit than what we are used to seeing from Steve, it does keep true to the patriotism of the character, and after all, he is the symbol of America within the country. So you may be asking why the suit isn't black though, like in the comics. I think further along in the show, we will receive that black suit. Surrounding this part of the story, you have to remember that Zemo is the main character and is currently under government security or jail. Now, he's obviously going to have to get out at some point in the show, which is possibly when we see Thunderbolt Ross step in. So my quick theory, remember we will see the Thunderbolts in the show courtesy of Ross, so you have to think, where does Zemo fit into the show? I guarantee he finds out what's going on, especially with Bucky and Sam and the mantle. Now, under Ross's commands, Zemo and US Agent will team up to take down Falcon and the Winter Soldier due to the threat of him wanting to earn the mantle back. I do believe that Sharon Carter will be an insider in the show, kind of like how we've seen her within her MCU appearances so far. So I do believe that she will end up telling Sam and Bucky what Zemo, Thunderbolt Ross, and US Agent are up to. Obviously, this will lead to a big battle, and because US Agent still has the shield, I hope they have a callback to this scene in the comics. Now, though he was a member of the military, he isn't as trained as Sam and does not have the strength of Bucky, unless he does receive a serum within the show. So, quick side theory, it is possible that those mysterious vials that we do see in Black Widow, they actually are a serum for Thunderbolt Ross, which will turn him into the Red Hulk. Now, going off my theory that I did put in my last video, if you haven't seen it yet, click it in the top right corner, it'll take you right there. But Taskmaster and Yelena could have obtained these vials and delivered them to Thunderbolt Ross in a post-credit scene for the Black Widow movie. Now, it's very possible that one of those serums is actually faulty, and it's why Thunderbolt Ross turns into Red Hulk. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see if the other serum, because it did look like she was holding two in her hands, but what if one of them was actually for US Agent? Back to my main topic of a US Agent and Falcon fight, I do believe that a fight for the shield is definitely going to happen within the show, and when it does, I hope they use this scene from the comic, because this would be awesome to see on the big screen. So now that we've covered all of that, let's get into the real reason why you clicked on this video. Who is the next Captain America of the MCU? Now, I think the confusion of this comes from the idea of, was or was not Sam technically given the mantle right away because he owned the shield? The way I took it is I do believe he was given the first chance to earn that right, as we saw from Endgame. Now, in the end, I do believe it will be Sam, but it's not just his shield. Bucky earning the trust of the US government again and them being friends, I think it's Sam's shield, but they'll both use it throughout the show. Because they were so close to Steve, they're gonna feel like they both need to protect the mantle. And this idea of tossing the shield between them and using it was even teased at Comic-Con.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. You take it, hold it. That's enough. Let me get it back.
So you guys are both Captain America now. How's that dynamic gonna work out?
Hold on. What are you saying over there? You're just making up some things.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. Yes, we are, and it's working out pretty well. We share the suit. It's like a three-legged race with a shield.
Remember, we've already seen the new suits that they will get, so it's a sure thing that we will see these by the end. As for Zemo and John Walker's US agent, well, Walker's obviously going to be pissed, and now the government knows what he did, right? Because he was trying to take the mantle secretively. In revenge against the government, he will wipe away the flag colors from his uniform, painting them black and becoming that dark version that we see in the comics, who's looking for revenge. I do wonder if he'll have the same experimental augmentation that he goes through in the comics. This could be a reason why we see Sam and Bucky in Madripoor, home to many of the X-Men in the comics, or as the MCU is currently calling them, mutants. So now there is a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. that is stationed in Madripoor in the comics, so here's a possible theory. What if there was an experiment done under S.H.I.E.L.D.'s guards enforced by the government for US Agent, and it was in Madripoor? So Sam and Bucky went there to see if they were giving US Agent a serum or a mutant augmentation. Now, as for Zemo, losing twice to members of the Avengers now, he's going to come to terms that he needs a larger team. Ross, in a very Nick Fury-like callback, will set up a Thunderbolts initiative, tying the Black Widow post-credit that I mentioned above to this and recruit both of them. Now, obviously, this is just my theory. I do believe that Taskmaster, Iron Maiden, and Yelena will make their appearances on the Thunderbolts roster, but if you guys have any other Phase 4 theories, like I said before, just drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Now, an interesting thing to note is that US Agent was actually trained by Taskmaster, and with both of them joining the MCU at the same time, I think it's very likely that we're going to see this occur. No matter how you look at it, the Thunderbolts are coming, and I'm sure most of you like me just can't wait for the show. We did get a rumor the other day that a Disney Plus Thunderbolts show is most likely on the way, so when we do receive more news, I will cover it. Let me know what your guesses are on the future of the Captain America mantle. Do you agree with me, or do you think someone else is actually going to hold that mantle? If you haven't seen my past couple of videos, I will link them in the description box down below, but as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me at Another Marvel G for more daily content. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's hit 100, and then at 1K, I do want to do some type of bundle giveaway, maybe with some pop figures, some posters, and whatnot. So help me get to 1K, and click that little bell icon so you can be the first to see when my videos are posted. Other than that, I just want to say thank you. I'm Another Marvel Guy, and I'll catch y'all on a blip.